Welcome, welcome. I'm Coach Sandy B, and we are live here. I am here to let you know that it's time for you to continue the momentum, continue moving with anticipation for your wins. That starts with you committing to do the work. We want to keep the momentum moving. We understand it's a new month. Welcome to November. And with it being a new month, we want to have new energy. But that momentum, we've got to make sure that we keep it going. That means that you are being consistent. We got to talk about how you stay consistent, focused, and intentional all week long, because that's it. In order for you to lock in this season, you must commit to do the work daily. That means that you are saying your goals matter so much that you are showing up, and in showing up, you are being intentional. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm going live here on TT, and I'm also going live here on YT because I believe in my goals. Welcome in, Coach Sandy B here. And we're talking about keeping that momentum going, being intentional, because we must understand your momentum has to be greater than your motivation. Thank you for being here, friends. Thank you for showing up and believing in your work, because that momentum has to be greater than your motivation. So that means that motivation is the spark, but momentum is the engine, my friends. Motivation sparks you up, but that engine, you need it to be running, you need it to be working. And the only way you do that is if you build the momentum. You don't need hype every day, you need habits. You need consistent habits. Thank you for being here. And in having those consistent habits, you're able to show up with great intention because you believe in your work. You believe in the impact you have by showing up. And that's really what it's all about. You don't need hype every day, my friends, but you need habits, those habits that will keep you moving forward, that will keep building upon the work that you're looking to do. It's not always pretty, but it's definitely worth it. See, discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. And let me tell you, a lot of times I don't feel like it, but my momentum is bigger than my motivation. It is greater than my motivation. So guess what? I get to work and I show up 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm showing up live on weekdays because I believe in my goals. You must decide for yourself. It's up to you to decide what is important to you, because that discipline is doing what needs to be done. So do you need to wake up early in order for you to be successful? I was just in a coaching session with one of my clients, and we were looking at his time and how he can use it more efficiently and how he can be intentional. Because even when you don't feel like it, my friend, you're going to have to show up. You're going to have to lock in and do the work. So you must ask yourself, what habit is helping keep your energy moving right now? What things are you doing that are helping you? Well, I can tell you, for me, something that's helping me move on, helping me keep my energy and keep moving, is the supplements that I take, right? The things that I'm doing to help me on my journey. So when you think about momentum and having a community around you that supports you, that's where you can be intentional about finding those places, those people that align with you and your abilities, what you want to do. Because each time you move with intention, that means you're showing up for your work, and that's a win, my friends. So yes, that's something to be celebrated. That's something we want to clap about, because when we show up and do our work, we are aligned with the things that we truly value, and that's a win. So think about the habit that's helping you right now. Is it waking up early so you can do the things that need to be done? Is it showing up on live, being intentional, not being perfect, but getting the work done, even in the messy part? That's what it's about. What habit is helping keeping your energy moving right now, because you want to lock in on that habit? And then let's talk about the power of small, consistent actions. It is so powerful when you choose to align with what's important to you and you're being consistent. That means you're doing the work. That means you're showing up. That means that you are building upon the momentum. See, the power of small, consistent actions, they help build that momentum. Remember, we don't want to bite off, more than we can chew, right? We want to make sure that we are aligning ourselves with what matters, but we're doing it in stages. So taking a small step towards that bigger goal is how you start. Remember, momentum doesn't come from massive effort. It comes from small wins repeated daily. So what wins are you repeating daily? Is it going live? Is it making sure that you are showing up to do the work? Maybe you're going to the gym daily because you want to change your physique. You want to be more healthy. You want to have more energy. What is it that you're focusing on right now? Because you must understand, in order to build that momentum, it doesn't come from that massive effort, but it comes from that consistent work, those small wins, that showing up daily, repeatedly daily. That's what's going to lead to your success. You must remember, every action compounds. So every check mark, it matters along the way. Going live daily, journaling, planning out your day, showing up for one client, it all helps. That's what I'm doing. What about you? What are you doing to show up and be intentional? How are you making sure that the work that you are doing has value? It's important. It is meaningful. It's up to you to decide, my friend. What is important to you? Why are you locking in? These are the questions you must ask for yourself. What's one small action you can take today to keep your momentum strong? What is it? Is it a phone call you can have? Is there someone that you can reach out to? What's that small action that's going to help you take a step closer, that's going to keep that momentum strong for you? I invite you to take that action now. Don't confuse momentum with progress. This is something that we must discuss because momentum and progress are very different. You cannot confuse movement with progress. Let's talk about that. Movement with progress. Don't confuse movement with progress, because a lot of times, a lot of people are doing busy work, but it's not leading to progressing in the way they would like it to. So you can't confuse movement with progress. Busy isn't productive. Hear me, my friends. You can move fast, but still be off course. You could be moving fast and still being off course. Well, you would say, Coach Sandy B, how is that possible? Because if you're busy, but it's not productive work, if it's just busy work, but it's not productive, it's not helping you move forward, you're just moving fast, but you're not on course. You're not following your plan. You're not aligned with the purpose that you're supposed to be focused on. So you must decide for yourself. Intentionality will keep your momentum aligned with your goals. So you want to move with intention. You're not just moving. You're not just busy just to be busy. You're busy because you're aligned with the work that you are supposed to be doing. You're focused on the work that you're supposed to be doing. And in doing so, you are achieving goals. You're moving with intention. So you've got to be mindful. Intentionality keeps your momentum aligned with your goals. And that's what it's about, achieving goals every 90 days. So we want to be intentional. We want to move with great intention for our wins. We want to show up and do the work because we are goal getters. So I want you to try this exercise today. 60 seconds to name the top 3 things moving you closer to your November goals. That's just 1 minute to decide what are the things that are moving you closer to achieve your goals. You want to intentionally keep your momentum aligned with your goals. So you must outline for yourself. Welcome in, FYP fam, people lurking in the background, come through. I'm Coach Sandy B, and I'm going live here with you on TikTok and also on YouTube. I'm showing up and I'm being intentional because I got goals. And so I want to make sure that I'm being intentional. So intentionality will keep your momentum aligned with your goals. So I already desire to show up, right? I already desire to do the work. So I'm being intentional. I want you to do the same thing. I want you to take some time today because your goals matter, my friend. Every 90 days, your goals matter. So I want you to do this simple 1 minute exercise. You just need 60 seconds to name the top 3 things that are moving you closer to your November goals. Do you know what they are? You want to be clear. Clarity is going to help you take action. And so you want to be clear about how you're moving. You want to reignite when you slow down. So your momentum dips, they happen, right? But you don't panic. You want to just pivot. So understand there are ebbs and flows to this. So your momentum may go up, your momentum may go down, but the thing is, you don't want to panic. You just need to pivot. That's what it is. So instead of panicking, pivot, make the changes you need to do, and then keep moving forward. There are changes all around us. One day you can do something, the next day there are some challenges, there are some obstacles. One day there's an opportunity afforded to you, and then the next day, without any reason, things change. This is life. The thing is, are you able to handle the dips in momentum? Are you able to handle the challenges that come? Are you able to say, I'm going to stand strong? So those momentum dips, I know they're happening, but I'm not going to panic because I'm just going to pivot. That's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm showing up live here on YouTube. I'm showing up live here on TikTok. I'm moving with intention because I got goals. Welcome in, my friends. You can't allow anything to hinder your progress. Remember, we're talking about we reignite when we choose to slow down. So that momentum, it's going to dip, right? But when your momentum dip, when that happens, just Quay, welcome in. You don't panic, you don't get upset, you just pivot. So I have a desire to put more energy and more time into my YT. And so the best way to do that is to be able to show up here and to do the work and to say, you know what, my goals matter. And because my goals matter, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to make changes, but I keep moving forward because that's what goal getters do, my friend. There are always going to be challenges. There are always going to be obstacles. There are always going to be things that are going to get you off your game. But will you keep going? Will you keep believing? Will you keep trusting the process? Will you keep working? Because all of these things are what you need to do to handle the changes and the flows of things. So when the momentum dip happens, don't panic, just pivot. What threw you off? What threw you off your game? This is what I want you to ask yourself. What threw me off? What needs adjusting? The key isn't perfection, it's recovery. So winners get back up faster because they take some time to reflect. So you must understand it's not about perfection, it's recovery. And based on what you're learning from that recovery, you're able to make changes that will help you on your journey. Winners get back up to fight another day, and they get back up faster. So you must ask yourself, what helps you reset when your energy drops? How are you able to come back after your energy drops, after things change? How are you able to stay focused and continue to make the main thing the main thing? Here's the thing, community creates momentum. If you want to go far, you will do it with a community. You can go fast by yourself, but if you desire to go far, you want to do it with community. And my skill community is where you can get the nurturing, the help you need on your journey. You don't have to do it alone, my friends. I encourage you to build that momentum. You need community. Community creates momentum, and then your momentum grows in this community. Isolation will literally kill your drive. So you can't allow yourself to be isolated. You want to be in community with people that truly care about you, that want to see you win. And that's what I've created. In my school community, we are focused on our goals. We are determined. We believe in ourselves. We believe in our ability to move past the obstacles and the challenges in order to achieve our wins. So you've got to understand accountability, partners, check-ins, and shared wins keep your energy high. Hear me. When you have someone that you are saying you are going to be accountable to on your journey, it helps keep your momentum high. It helps keep you focused. It helps keep you moving forward. So accountability partners, check-ins, and shared wins, this is what we're all about in my school community, because we want each other to move and be successful, and we want to go far together. So no matter the type of business you are, I have musicians, I have business owners, small business owners, I have nonprofit owners, I have all types of people from all types of life who have varying goals, but we're all committed to achieve things, major changes in our life. We're all committed to 90 days of focus at a time. So each quarter we're showing up and we're doing the work. It is difficult work, but it is so worth it and it is so rewarding. So you must decide, are you ready to be accountable? Are you ready to have weekly check-ins? Are you ready to share in your wins and build from high vibing community? Well, the School Win Collective community is where you want to be. I want to invite you to join my 90-day win school community today. It's called the Win Collective, and that's where momentum is built through connection and daily accountability. You decide how you want to move forward and then come on the journey, but it starts with you. You must understand what you want and why you want it. The how, we leave that to God, but the what and the why of it, we've got to lock in on that. And once you're able to lock in on that, that's where the clarity comes from understanding what you want. The momentum, you got to get clear on the clarity first, then you can move to the momentum and take action for your wins. So in being in this school community, you want to know that your momentum is what's going to lead to the longevity that you desire. So before this live ends, I want you to declare one thing you'll complete before midnight tonight. Yes, I'm putting you to the test, because if you're serious about getting your wins, you've got to take action immediately. Remember, it's about imperfect action. It's not about being perfect. Do it messy, my friend, but start somewhere, because you've got to show yourself before you go to bed tonight that you mean different. You want different. So you're moving with intention. So before this live ends, I want you to declare one thing you'll complete before midnight. And then if you're really brave about it, drop it in the comments. Accountability starts here. How are you showing up to do the work? How are you being intentional that the main thing is the main thing? When you share your goal, it sets it in motion. Did you know that? By you sharing with someone else, you start the clock. You set it in motion. You are saying, I believe in this. And so you got to give it the energy by showing up and doing the work for it every day. It's not always easy. It's not always perfect, but it is important, it will have impact, and it will change the trajectory of your life if you let it. So when you share your goal, you set it in motion, and that's an exciting thing. So you've got to decide that you are protecting your momentum this week. Let me know. Join my school community. Leave me a message here, but let me know that you're serious about your goals, because I'm showing up here because I'm serious about my goals. I'm going live on YouTube. I'm going live on other platforms as well, because I want the people to know that have come and been a part of my social media journey for some years now. I have a place where we can be together on school, where we can work through those obstacles, work through those negative mindsets, work through the limiting beliefs in order for us to move with great intention and get our wins. It starts with us taking that one step, and by us taking a step, we can choose to take another step for our wins. So remember, you want to protect your momentum this week. What's one thing that fuels your momentum every day? Me getting up and going live helped fuel my momentum. Also, me taking the time to meditate in the morning, reading devotionals, reading personal development books that help me. Those are the key to my success. And that's where I would tell you to lock in. I'm spending time putting together a lot of content. I'm spending time doing a lot of editing for the 90 Day Wins podcast. And in doing all these things, I want to make sure that it aligns with my goals, aligns with my value. We just talked about busy work and how we've got to make sure that just because we're busy, the work is impactful. It means something. It's intentional, because that's how we lead to our wins. So what's one thing that fuels your momentum every day? I want you to acknowledge that thing, and I want you to continue doing it. Maybe it's a habit that you've created for yourself. Continue to do the things that help you. I like to journal in the morning. It helps clear my mind of the things I want to start about. If I'm thinking about something, if I'm concerned, uneasy about a meeting, I want to take that time to put it out on paper and then set it and let it go, because I got goals. So Who's your momentum partner in this time? The person who reminds you to keep going. Who is that person that's coming with you on the journey? I'd love to be that person to help you because I'm so sure that if you decide to commit to 90 days, lock in on what it is you desire, you will achieve your goals, my friend. I'm not telling you something that I've seen other people do. I've experienced it and I've helped other people do it. So that's why I can tell you this 90-day framework works. It starts with you signing up. Sign up for our school community today and show up and get your wins. Because if you believe yourself and if you believe the work that you have to do is so important that you have a burning desire to do it, well, let's start the journey. Let's win together. Because remember, I told you, in community is where we make these things happen. You got to remember, busy isn't productive. You can move fast and still be off course. So many people are pushing themselves, pushing themselves, pushing themselves, but are they moving in the right direction? That's why having an accountability coach like me, I make sure that you're not falling by the wayside and looking at the end of the year being frustrated because you didn't lock in on the goals that were important to you. Momentum dips happen, my friend, but this is where you don't panic. You just pivot and make the changes you need to achieve your goal. So you must ask yourself, what do you need to adjust in this season? Remember, the key isn't about perfection. It's about recovery and recovering quick enough so you can move forward. Let me tell you, winners get back up faster because they are determined on the goal where they're trying to go. Think about basketball players. They fall down, they have fouls against them, they keep it moving and they keep going because they have a goal. What goal do you have today? Decide to lock in, get in my school community so we can get you where you need to go and you can build that momentum consistently showing up. So every quarter you achieve your wins. You got this, goal getter. And I'm Coach Sandy B, and I'm always here to encourage you to take another step towards your goals. Show up with intention and do the work. With 90-day wins, that's what it's all about. Saying today is the day that I will commit for 90 days, lock in and get my win. And then as that momentum is building, I realize I want to do this again. I want to duplicate this habit of successful achieving my goals every quarter. And that's when you really start making leaps and bounds changes in your life. You get the results based on how much work you put in. So how much work will you put in today for your goals? How much time will you focus on what you desire so you can achieve that success you desire for yourself? Remember, momentum is built through connection and daily accountability. So, who's keeping you accountable on your journey? Let's connect. Let's go deeper with my 90-day wins community, where I talk to you about being intentional and we get past those limiting beliefs. We do exercises that help you get your mindset where it needs to be. We talk about a strategy so you can execute your plans, but it only happens if you decide to take that first step for your wins. So let's do it together, my friends. Let's show up, let's be intentional, and let's do the work because we believe in the impact we desire to make. Until I see you next time, come join me in my school community and let's get our wins together because we are goal getters. That means we're showing up intentional to achieve the progress we know we can achieve. Let's do it, goal getters. I'm Coach Sandy B, and I'm going to encourage you every 90 days to show up and get